Is everybody doing out there? This is Njoki again, here to talk to you about a nice topic. I have a special topic today, and I hope you all join in and listen to this blood new topic that need to get to many out there. The topic for today is Insensitive Generation. We are going to talk about insensitive generation, and today I'm going to try. I can only try because I cannot promise that I'll deliver in English that well, but I can only say that I'll try. I'll try to deliver in English, and I want you guys to join this Mawoni Njoki. I want you guys to tag all the people that you think you can tag so they can come and join this Mawoni Njoki so that we are together in this. And I want you to tag, subscribe, like my page, Mawoni Njoki. I know you can all see that page somewhere. Like the page, and to those that have already liked my page, what can I say than say thank you so much? I want to say thank you so much for liking my page. I know there are so many pages out there to like, and sometimes, it's not all the pages that you like, and those that have taken time to like my page, I want to say thank you. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for liking my page. And those that have subscribed to my page, I want to say thank you for subscribing to my page. And if you can share the page, that would be nice. If you can share about this topic that I'm talking about tonight, that would be nice too. Again, for those who are watching me for the first time, my name is Njoki Nduati. Nduati is not my father. That is my husband. For those that think we look alike and they're like, you guys are sisters and a brother. No, that is my husband. And if you come thinking that he's my brother or I am his sister and you make some moves, I'll be quick to correct you that he is my husband. And for those that have been behind this mutabo, I want to say thank you very much. I want to appreciate my one and only manager, Mr. CEO of this mutabo wa Njoki Owito Mawoni Njoki. I want to appreciate Mr. Lix Oshodo. Oshodo, I want to say thank you. I want to appreciate my spiritual pastor, Pastor Nech, the one that supports this mutabo, from not only being spiritual, but he works hard and hard with the leaks or shoulder. I want to appreciate my husband. As you guys can see behind the scene, there is that glittering you can see, because the whole of this month is a month to celebrate my birthday. My birthday is coming up. What can I say about my birthday? My goodness, nobody gets to breathe because I was born, huh? So because I was born, nobody gets to breathe, yeah? And so I don't want my birthday to be forgotten, because many forget your birthday, and I want to act like I'm the only one that was born on this day. I want to act like I'm the only one that is celebrating the month of June. My Gemini people, I want to give a shout out to Mother Bogo, Mother Mogai, Mrs. Mogai. I want to say happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to Grace Kanai, those that I know about their birthday in June. I want to say happy birthday to Dr. Dolcas Daboki and all the June babies, all the June born. I want to say happy birthday. I think Dixon, if I'm not mistaken, Dixon, I think your birthday is in June. If I'm not mistaken, I think we used to celebrate birthdays together. So I want to say happy birthday to Sly, my niece. I want to say happy birthday to all June babies, Hey, give a shout out to June babies. Say hi, say happy birthday, send them a gift. But I gave a disclaimer. I don't want people to be giving me clothes anymore. I have so much and so many clothes that I have already packed in a bag, and I had to fix my closet, which took a whole day, because my clothes could not fit in my closet. And therefore, I decided, kwani kaidina mereigana, how many bodies do I have to fit all these clothes? I only have one body. And does it matter if people see me in one dress for five Saturdays in a row? Does it matter? Whose business is it that I'm wearing the same shoe over and over until it gets a hole? I'm wearing the same purse over and over until it's torn. Like now, to be quite honest, I'm not going to lie to you. The purse that I carry, because it is so sentimental to me, it means a lot. It was bought by my husband in one of the truck stop, and that I love that purse. I'm telling you, if I landed in Jamhuri JKA airport with that purse, people will be laughing at me. People will be like, Njoki, and you live in America, seriously? And you have a purse that doesn't even have a zip, because the zip broke a long time ago. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I love that purse so much. It is so beautiful, and the zip broke. It broke like, oh my goodness, when was that? Like 6 months ago. And I'm still calling that purse. That purse does not have a zip. So for you that is thinking, oh, because it doesn't have a zip, I'll sneak my hand in and get the money. It usually doesn't carry no money. Yeah. I don't carry no money in my purse. So please, please, please don't dare sneak your hand in that purse. You might get shocked what is in that purse. But I don't, the purse I have right now, it doesn't have a zip. And you know what? I have other purses, but I'm so attached to that one. Have you ever been attached to something? You know, not because it's my husband that bought it, but I love that purse. It's so beautiful. If he could just get me another one like that, I'll be so happy. But I love that purse, and it's so special, so unique, and I've been carrying that purse for a long time. And so for those who are thinking it's my birthday, they're gonna buy me clothes, they're gonna buy me this, please don't buy me clothes. And I'm just telling you, with my with a humble request, don't buy me clothes, please. If you can buy me anything, buy me a nice watch. I love watches. Buy me a nice watch that I can take somebody's heartbeat and count 1, 2, 3. You know those watches that have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, the clock. The one that you can use as a nurse to count the heartbeat and the heart rate. That one I need. Yes, I need that one. Okay, the other one I need is when I'm walking, when I'm taking my walks. I was bought one by my friend and it broke in a few months. It was broken. So if you can buy me a watch, am I saying it right? Am I saying S or HC? You know, nearly we have this problem with CH. Lakini at least tuko afadhali kuliko Waluya wanasema kapi. Yeah? Panana. Fika. Nataka kupika chai. But anyway, so we all have issues and problems, and we are unique in our own ways, and I love it. For those that are thinking they must buy me a sentimental thing, buy me, okay, this is my birthday month, so buy me a watch that is when I'm walking for nurses that I can count heartbeat and heart rate. Buy me a watch that when I'm walking, it's recording my heartbeat or it's recording my steps. You know, it's called Fitbit. But don't buy me the cheap Fitbit. But buy me something that's going to last me a little while, you know. Because Gemini are very expensive people, you know. Don't get hurt. You know, I'm just talking. I'm just happy and feeling good that it's my birthday month and we get to celebrate with my twin people, you know, all the Gemini people. I hope you are also enjoying and having fun. And if you really feel like you want to buy me something, buy me some makeup box. Makeup box is okay, it's accepted. If you buy me makeup box, if you buy me nursing uniform, that one I can use. I'm a large, and you can buy me nursing uniform. Don't buy me nursing jackets, buy me nursing uniform. That one I can accept. But clothes, please don't buy me clothes. Buy me a nursing bag. It's okay to buy me a nursing bag when I'm going to see my patients. I have a nice bag to put my stethoscope together, the one that you can put thermometer card, stethoscope card, blood pressure machine card. Buy me those kind of things, you know. Yeah, don't be insensitive, be sensitive. That is my topic. My topic for tonight. Don't get bored yet. The story is coming. I have so much information that is coming to you, and I want us to to get along with this together, because there is so much that I have to tell you guys. I have to talk about the insensitive generation. And I know this topic is gonna be harsh. It's gonna sound bad, but I have a disclaimer. So if it comes to you in a very bad way, then you must be a victim. And if you are victimized, then you need to change. And that is why sometimes you feel like these topics are directed to some people. It's general. Some of these topics we collect on YouTube information, we collect on gatherings and stuff, and we put them together and we come and discuss. And when I say we, I say the media people, the people that come and address others on different media platforms, whether TV, whether radio, whether YouTube, whether Facebook. When I say we, I'm talking about others as well. I'm including everybody else, because it's my desire that we are not going to beat each other. We media people are not, whether I'm young, whether I'm old in the media, it does not matter, because my mouth is not new. You know, we have different qualities. We all have different qualities. Don't try to be like Njoki, because Njoki does not write anything down. I usually don't write anything. I don't write my points down, which I should. My points come direct from my head. If you try to copy what Njoki does, you'll fail, because not everybody can talk like Njoki does. So I am sorry, I'm unique, and I have no apologies to make. I thank Mola that made me like that. God bless me, and God bless Mola. Yeah, God bless. And so much thanks to him. So anyway, I wanted to give that disclaimer. So if you're buying me a gift, please don't buy me clothes, because I have so many clothes, and I had to slice my closet, and I packed a whole bag, because I had to slice my closet down to 20 dresses. Whether it's gonna be a wedding, whether it's gonna be a birthday, any special occasion, I'm gonna wear what I have in the closet over and over again. If I attend your wedding with a green, and then I attended the other wedding in the green, it is the only green that I have in the closet. And I ain't going to the store to buy a new dress, because we have been brainstormed to think any occasion we have, especially as women, we have been brainstormed to think that every occasion we have, it's a show. We have to put up a show. We have to wear something new. We have to wear a new dress. We have to wear a new shoe, a new pair of shoes. You have to wear new blood new earrings. No, that is not going to happen with Njoki anymore. And actually, that is a prayer request that I have put in my basket, in my prayer basket. It's a weakness that I have put there in my prayer basket, that God will not allow me to go back in the store and do shopping for clothes, because I have shopped for clothes and they were squeezing in my closet. And when I'm taking my clothes out, I cannot find one blouse that I thought I had. I'm thinking, what happened to my blouse? I had this blouse and I cannot find it. It's because it's hidden in the middle of those many clothes. And if I buy something, it will be a blouse, because in my skirt and pants, I want to look like, hey, Njoki just, she was looking good. And you know what was new? It's only a blouse that is different. But the pants is the one that I've been wearing for 10 occasions that has happened for the last 2 months. So that's just me about Njoki, my new Njoki. You know, when you turn 50, I guess you don't care. You just don't care what people think. Before, I could not come live because I was like, watu watasikia Nyeri accent. Yeah, watu wataanza kusema Nyeri accent, siski, nini. I stopped giving a hoot about what people think. And I said, if you cannot understand my Nyerian accent, read my ribs. If you read my ribs, you will understand what I'm trying to say. So I stopped worried about what people think, whether I speak the best English, whether I even went to high school, whether I even finished 8th grade or whatever you think. I stopped thinking about that, and I just worried about me. And that is me representing right now, representing the Mawoni Njoki, without worrying about what people think. So today we are talking about insensitive generation. And before we even go there, let me give a shout out to my mother-in-law, Waboy, to my real mother, Jambi, to my sister, Margaret, to my sister, Milka, to my sister, Lydia, to my family, my brother, David, my brother, Geshoki, my brother, Michael, my sister-in-law, My sister-in-law, I have one that lost her dad. I'm so sorry about that. And rest in peace, Dad. I'm sorry about that. I had a sister-in-law that lost a dad. And I have a sister-in-law that takes care of my mom, Mugole. Karibu sana, asante sana for what you do. We don't take you for granted. I want to shout out to my sister-in-law, Nancy Kagole. That is my late brother's wife. I want to give a shout out to her. We love you. I want to say, to give a shout out to my brother-in-law, Kego Jenga. I want to say I love you. I want to give a shout out to my sister-in-law, Catherine. I love you. I want to give a shout out to who else? To my brother-in-law, Maina Wakaloji. I want to say we love you. I want to give a shout out to rest in peace, my sister Lois. I know 2 days ago it was your 4-year anniversary. We miss you. I want to give a shout out to my ex brother-in-law. He's still my brother-in-law, Baba Kiki. I want to say we still love you. We are family. I want to say that we are still family. My nieces, my nephews, wherever you are, I want to say we love you so much. My tochochos, we love you so much. And I want to give a shout out to my sister-in-law, Miss Gladys Nduati, Gladys Nduati. Yes, the father is Gladys Nduati, but the husband is not. But so we want to give a shout out to you and your family, and everybody else. I want to give a shout out to you. My fans, I want to say I love you so much. I want to say I love you so much. Thank you for always supporting me, taking your time to watch my show. I want to say I love you so much. Keep subscribing, keep liking my page until we get where we need to get. Okay, let's go on with this topic. When we talk about insensitive generation, when we talk about insensitive generation, I'm sure many of them that saw this topic, they first and foremost thought about the kids, our kids that we are having in this age and time. They thought about the young generation, teenagers, the kids that have been born in America, the kids that are coming young in America. But that is not it. We are not only talking about the young generation. We are not talking about the young kids we have. We are also talking about the adults. Adults are included in this topic because we have so many insensitive adults that are out there. So when Njoki, this is Njoki's opinion. So when Njoki comes here and talk about insensitive generation, it's a clause from, I cannot say Joanne is an insensitive generation, from when they start thinking, let's say from teen to anywhere over 60, even 70. And I'm going to describe why we are having insensitive generation. And I'm going to start from the young age, from the age of teenagers. We are having teenagers because many, when they saw this topic, they thought about their teenagers in the house. They thought about the young generation, the teenagers that are going to come home anytime they think it's okay. And when I talked about the insensitive generation, they thought about the teenagers that are not doing anything in the house, and the parents could be working 2 full-time jobs and come home to find no food that is prepared by their teenagers. That is insensitive generation. When I talked about the insensitive generation, we talked about those teenagers or those kids that nowadays they have no shame to talk back to their parents because Americans do it. When we talk about the culture of America, it is good. But there is so much bad about the culture of America because we have seen kids taking their parents to court. We have seen them stand hand in hand in court with their parents. They have taken their parents to court. Their parents have taken their kids to court. We have seen it in America, things that we could not see it in Kenya, but now it's also happening across the world. It is not only happening in America. Things we only used to think only Americans did that, and we used to say, gosh, how could it be? How can Americans do that? America has taught kids this and that. We thought it was only in America that we saw some things. But now it is a generation, because we talk about last days, and and people argue that last days were spoken about in the days of Moses, in the days of Job. Everybody used to preach, we are in the last days. We had this about 20 years ago. People are still preaching in the last days. But when you look at the signs we are seeing, we are living in our last days. And when you see things that are happening, the generation that we are talking about, we saw the generation in the book of Revelation that will want to kill each other for money, will be selfish. We see selfish generation, not only adults, but kids especially. They are walking in the house with their own food. You could be the mother in the house, all alone in the house. You could be the father all alone in the house. And your daughter or your son walks in with the food, all for themselves and by themselves. And you are the only one. And they cannot even buy for you. They will order a pizza for two and eat it all by themselves while you are lying in the bed, and you probably came from work and you have not had anybody cooking for you. You'll wake up and find that yourself, you're going to the kitchen to cook. You'll come from work and your daughter or your son is in the bedroom or sitting there and eating, and you will have to prepare something for yourself. The insensitive generation. When we talk about the insensitive generation, it's the generation that will stand there and call you names. This the generation that will take your car whether you're going to work or not, and not care how you're going to get to work, and they drive away with your car, and they don't care whether you wake up to go to work or not. That is the insensitive generation. The insensitive generation that I'm talking about is that generation that when they start working, and they know your salary, they know how much mommy makes, they know how much daddy makes, they will go and even get better job than their parents do. But they will never say, Mom or Dad, I'm going to take on electricity bill. From now on, do not be paying for my phone. From now on, I'm the one that's going to be buying the water that we drink in the house. I'm the one that is going to come and pay the electricity for this month. That is the insensitive generation that I'm talking about. We have had so much of insensitive generation that you will see your kid get up and go in the kitchen, and it's only probably the two of you. And when I talk about this, it's stuff that I have seen across, all over across. If there is no one that has cried about their kids and what they do, I want them to say right now, I want people to say, hey, I have not seen that. If you have not seen it, thank God. We thank God for you. And I hope you don't see it. I hope you don't experience this kind of stuff. And for those that have had good kids, like my daughter Massey, like my daughter April, like my daughter Samara, like my son Nelson, those that don't have those good kids like me, those that have not been lucky like me, I want to say, I'm sorry for what you're going through. I want to say that I'm sorry for what you might be going through. But I know people are crying across because of this insensitive generation. The insensitive generation that think your money is their money and their money is theirs. They will never come and ask you, would you like me to buy you some food from outside so you can rest tonight from cooking? The insensitive generation that will not even clean the dishes because I am not the one that made that plate dirty. The insensitive generation that you have to get that trash out of the house and it's full and they can see, but they don't see. Mommy can be working from morning, daddy can be working from morning to evening, and they're seated. They don't care whether you're tired or not. The insensitive generation that don't see that the parents are getting tired. You could be the parent working 2 jobs, and your daughter or your son is working 1 job, but they will never come to you and tell you, I know you're struggling. Let me give you money for gas for this week. The insensitive generation that do not care about anybody else. It is just them. The insensitive generation that will order packages and be delivered at their door and never anything that is for mommy or daddy. The insensitive generation that don't care about anything, that the world revolves just about them. That is the insensitive generation that we are talking about. When we talk about the insensitive generation, do not just look at the kids, because so much is happening across the world. So much is happening. That not only how many people only think about their teenagers when I talk about the insensitive generation, but they forget about that is not a teenager, in their 30s, in their 40s. I have been so surprised to see some people that I thought they were so young, and I've seen them getting to fourth floor. And I'm even so surprised. And you see an insensitive generation in their 30s, in their 40s, in their 50s. An insensitive generation that is been put through school by their parents. They have been supported. The mom, the dad worked so hard so they can spend time studying for that exam. So they can spend time studying for the program they are in right now, or they are graduated from. Only to fight them now because they are making their money. The moment they start making their money, they want to look for their own place. Mom, you can struggle with your mortgage. You can struggle with your rent. I don't care. I have a life. And they'll even tell you, I have a life to live. And they're in their 30s. When we think about insensitive generation, we are only thinking that teenagers are the ones that are being insensitive. We have seen people in their 60s, 70s. When we talk about people that are in their 60s and 70s and even 80s that are insensitive, it is that girl, like I was watching in the YouTube, this lady that was in Qatar, and she was being abused so much by the family she was working for. But the money she was working so hard for, she used to send the mother in Kenya. And she was supposed to be invested for. The money was supposed to go for investment. But the moment she was done with the abuse and the contract ended, she went back to Kenya. And the mother was supposed to have invested for her. And guess what? There was no investment, there was no money that was waiting for her. After all the struggles that we all know from those Arab countries that our people go through. And shame on you guys that are there, that are out there, that are in the Arab countries, and you are from Kenya, and you have been abusing your people to make that Arab person happy, or to prove a point that you are the boss, and you are to kiss the you know what of another person for the sake of selling your brother or your sister. It's a shame. How long are we going to be enslaved for? That we sell our own to make a living. That if somebody asks you for the blood of Njoki for $100,000, not even $100,000, $10,000, you will sell the blood of Njoki for slavery. How long? We've been enslaved mentally. And that is why we are taken to be stupid, because of how we think about each other, how we enslave each other, how we sell each other, instead of supporting and holding each other together. That mentality, the insensitive generation, it is not only with teenagers, it's only with the adults. It's also with adults. Adults are also getting to that habit of being insensitive. When I talk about adults being insensitive, there's a saying always that, scratch my back, I scratch yours. What do you think that means? It's that adult that they have seen something that you're doing. They heard that you lost your brother, they heard that you lost your mother, they heard that you lost your father, they heard you lost your kid, they heard that somebody was in the hospital from your family, but instead of noticing what is happening in your life, they turn around, only notice what is happening in their life. They want you to jump up the wall and climb out to protect them, to rescue them, when they cannot rescue for one thing that you invited them to. That is insensitive generation. Though I go the way. Iruga rĩaku rĩrarĩ so important to you. No iruga rĩakwa, maruga makwa marĩa ngwĩtĩte merĩ matatũ, gũtirĩ ona rĩmwe ũkĩte. But you turn around and invite me for yours. The insensitive generation. That is me. I am the only one that counts. That is the insensitive generation. The insensitive generation, we have seen it across. We have seen it all over the place. That what I have doesn't count, but what you have is what counts. That is the insensitive generation. We have seen a lot of things happening in the community. We have seen things happening from one generation to another. These are the things that have been spoken about. Matuko maria marathirwo. Andũ makoraganaga. Why don't you think it's an insensitive generation? You have seen people that, and especially when, knock on the wood, a husband dies, the wife and the kids are being kicked out of the home. And who is doing that? It's not the teenagers. It's the insensitive generation, adults doing it. That mother that is already in their 80s, being insensitive and kicking the in-law out of the home. The insensitive generation is the one that is not even going to give you a grave to bury a loved one, because that grave, the 6x3 grave, it's taking up a lot of space for somebody out there. That is the insensitive generation. And they will not give you a graveyard to bury your own because of being insensitive. That insensitive generation that is only thinking about themselves. The insensitive generation is also with the government, with the lad people, the ones that are not thinking about anybody else. You could be working as hard as hell. The moment you purchase your lad, the lad people have twisted and sold it to 3 other people. The insensitive generation. We have had so much of insensitive generation. And we only think about teenagers. We have seen even adults in their 40s, like I said, in their 40s. They know exactly what should be done for their parents. They know their parents are struggling. They know their parents have been working so hard for them. They know it's time to give back to their parents. But they work hard, get all the money they can get. But they will never say, Mommy, I know you worked very hard for me to get where I am. Can I pick up a bill for you? Can I be paying your electricity? Can I be paying your phone bill? Can I be paying your car insurance? Can I buy you a better car than the one you're driving? The insensitive generation will only visit a mother during Mother's Day. Will only visit a mother during that Thanksgiving, during Christmas. That is the only time they come with if you're lucky, they come with a shoulder of grocery. The insensitive generation walks in their parents' house empty-handed. They cannot even bring a gallon of milk, and they work. But they cannot do that because they are doing you quite a big favor. But they want to suck you out. They want to ask you for money when they've been working. Always asking for money from the parents. The insensitive generation, because their money is for clubbing. Their money is for a dress. The insensitive generation is the one that is only going to wear blood name, but they are not making money for blood name. They are making money for Walmart and Ross. But they won't wear that. They are looking for blood name. The insensitive generation was paid $100 to buy a shoe that is $80 instead of wearing something for Ross where their money belongs. But they want you to wear $10 and you're working for it, and give them $100 to take to the mall. The insensitive generation. When we talk about the insensitive generation, we are in that age, the age of revelation, that there will be kids that are full of hatred for their parents. There will be generation that if lovers of money, brothers and brothers will kill each other for money. Parents and kids will come to each other, will confront each other. We have seen these days coming. We are in these days where people are not even afraid of those curses. They are not afraid. They are not worried about the curses anymore. I used to fear that my mother will say something against me that will haunt me later in life. This insensitive generation is not worried about that. It's only worried about me. As far as I am comfortable, I'm fine. As far as I'm not being bothered by your stuff, your debts, your whatever, I'm fine. This is the insensitive generation we are talking about. The insensitive generation will wait for you to die so they can come together and ask, what did they have? What did she leave? Look for your account left, right, and center. But when you need care, they will not be there. When you need somebody to wash your clothes, they are not there. But the moment you're gone, they are there to check on what you have left behind. That is the insensitive generation we are talking about. The insensitive generation, the only thing that comes to our mind is the teenagers that you cannot tell don't come home at 10 o'clock. Where are you going to take me? You want to call the police right now? The insensitive generation will talk over you when you're talking. They will not be quiet when you're talking. Who are you to talk to them? The insensitive generation, those days are here. Those days are here. When kids bring their boyfriends at home and not even worry whether you are okay with that, they will sit right in front of you and start kissing and holding and cuddling each other in front of you and not even care whether they're in your house, and they don't even pay a dime for their room. But the insensitive generation will claim their room and take ownership of that room that you provide for them, and they don't even pay you a dime for it. Even when they work, they will not offer unless you ask them to pay something. They don't even care whether you keep working, whether you went to work with a major headache, with a stomachache. They don't care whether you are limping to work. They don't care. The insensitive generation will not call you to check on you like we did call our mothers and our fathers. It's sad. The insensitive generation, let me tell you what it's all about. It's that mother that allows the daughter to come home with a married husband, and they know this is so-and-so's husband, but they will bring that man home, and because of his career, his work, his whatever money he brings home, he does shopping for that home, they will not say anything. They will not cancel their daughter. Please don't bring so-and-so, because unless they're coming with the wife. That is the insensitive generation I'm talking about. They will allow that to happen over and over and be afraid to say anything because they don't want to hurt the feelings of their daughter. They don't want to say anything and then their daughter doesn't ever come back home. That is the insensitive generation. The insensitive generation is that father that will be at the club with the daughter, and they're touching on other women's body while their kids are washing. The insensitive generation is that son of yours. You know very well he's married, but he brings a different woman to you, and you don't say anything. And because you don't like the other woman, you don't say anything. You welcome them and you let them be. And then the wife comes by and you still smile at them, like you care, like you love them. But because they had a $1 glossary and brought it and gave you $100 or 10,000 shillings, you don't say nothing. That is the insensitive generation. Insensitive generation that we are talking about is that woman. When you tell your friend that you're hurting, that this is happening to you, and you're married, and you happen to tell your friend, this is happening to me, I've been sick, I've been ailing, this is happening, and instead of them praying for you, they go gossip out there with other women. Hey, stay alert, stay awoke. I heard so-and-so has cancer. I heard so-and-so is dying of this and that. So there could be a catch there. You might get a husband in that area. Or it could be a father or a guy that is not well and telling all the other guys or women. And then they're thinking, oh, so-and-so might be gone. So I know we got a woman now. So my brother is going to get that lady there. Hmm? The insensitive generation is your friend knowingly telling you that there's a guy that is available, but you only know, you know what you want that guy to do for that lady. But you know what the lady wants. You know all she wants is maratathi. No drama ka. Kama hook up ni uramenya no maratathi arenda. Awestire mundu uria ungi time. That is the insensitive generation. Nobody cares about the other person. Nobody cares about. We have gotten to an age where we are not worried about the other person. We are worried about me, me, me. I, myself, me, myself, and I. That is the generation we are in. That is the days we are in. We worry about ourselves only. We don't care about others. That is the generation we are in. When we talk about the insensitive generation, we talk about those kids that hang together, and the parents use them to hurt the other person, the other kid, but they're innocent. But you use your kid to destroy the other kid, and you are the parent. You are the one with the know-how. There is so much about the insensitive generation that we can talk about, because when we talk about insensitive generation, it is not about the teenagers only, but we have people across that nobody is caring about the other person. Not the government, not the church, not the world, not the family. Everybody is for me, myself and I, and God for us all. You only worry about what you can get from the other person, but you don't worry about what the strains of the other person is going through. You don't care about what the other person is going through, as long as you are taken care of. That is the insensitive generation I'm talking about. We need, when we think about being insensitive, think about yourself. Think about yourself. Think about what you have done. Think about, hey, have I been insensitive in this area? Have I been insensitive in this lad grabbing? Have I been insensitive that if I grab this lad, my generation to come could pay for my action? But that is why I'm talking about being insensitive, because people are not worried about the consequences of their action, and especially the lad grabbers. I feel sorry for the lad grabbers, because when they grab that lad and they make themselves so rich and have the money, they don't care about their kids. They don't care about their families, what is going to happen to their families, because the Bible tells us, I shall make the third and fourth generation to suffer the sins of their forefathers. So they don't care. When we do things, even myself, when I say they don't, I am also including myself in that, because I'm also in that category. When I say they don't, I'm also including myself, because when I say the insensitive generation, I'm talking about everybody, even me included. We don't care about the consequences that will face our children. When you keep calling your parents names, somehow, somewhere down the line, your kids will call you names, or they'll call their generation to come names. When you don't help your parents when they need help, somehow you'll be neglected, or your kids will be neglected. It happens. But the insensitive generation does not do that math. You don't care. You only think about yourself. You don't care about the kids you bear. You don't care about the whether your kids will pay for whatever you have done in life. You don't care. That insensitive generation, eats right in front of you. And they cannot even ask you, could you take a bite? And not only the teenagers, I have seen it in 30s and 40s. I've seen people walk in other people's houses empty-handed. I don't always go with something to people's houses, but it is not custom, especially for us Kikuyu women, to visit other people's home with nothing. I mean, unless it's a regular home that you visit all the time. It's not custom for us to just walk in like that. Unless it's something that it's a home you are a regular visitor. Of course, you're not expected to keep going there with a bottle of milk. Of course, they're gonna drain you pocket-wise. But it's not normal for even the 30, 40 years old that is already working, and they work in their mother's or father's house, and they cannot even take their father a bottle of water or something. It's not normal. These things are not normal. So when I talk about the insensitive generation, we have seen this insensitive generation that don't think. They will never tell their parents, tonight I'm coming home with food. Don't cook. I know you're tired. You came from a long day of work. Don't cook tonight. I'm the one that's gonna cook tonight. I'm the one that's gonna clean tonight. Don't clean. You could be dying in the kitchen, cleaning from living room to bathroom to a bedroom, and your kids are sitting right there watching TV or talking. That is the insensitive generation that I'm talking about, because their mind tells them that you're mature, and they're kids. So the mature people don't get tired. I don't know what kind of math they do. The mature people don't get tired. That the insensitive generation will claim your money as theirs. And your money and their money is theirs too. So they have two income, their own and your income. That is the insensitive generation that will not care about your investments. They will not care about your investments. That's your investment. They will not look for it. And if they do look for it, it's whatever you have left in the bank. But all they care is about now. You could be coming home from work, you're tired as hell, and somebody insensitive is asking you to give them a ride somewhere that is not that serious. The insensitive generation don't care. They don't care. They don't see you as human. They see you as a walking stake or walking somebody. I want to encourage the parents or the people out there, not just the parents, the families of the insensitive people, and especially you as an adult that is insensitive, that when it's time for you, you want me to jump up the fence. When it's time for me, you didn't hear it. You didn't know. You didn't understand there was something going on. But when it's your turn, you have no shame to send me a message. I'm inviting you to. I'm calling you because I have a fundraiser. The insensitive generation, now I'm hitting the point, is the generation that is, for example, I'm going to say, Moko Dwaraku, Nane Guga. I will say, the insensitive generations is like me. I have had my sister that has been sick for 2 years. The insensitive generation is the one that has not even asked how my sister is doing, or even said, Njoki, I'll buy you this for your sister. I'll give you $20 that your sister can use for therapy. But they will turn around and invite me for a fundraiser they have. That's hard. That's harsh. And I am there. I'm saying, I'm talking. And I don't care. I'm going to say as it is. That is being insensitive. An insensitive generation is that had my mother was sick and did nothing about it, but then they turn around and call me that their mother is sick, their dad is sick, and they want me to jump up the fence because my mother is not a mother. That's the insensitive generation I'm talking about. Moko Dwaraku, Nane Guga. That is Njoki speaking. Mawoni Njoki. Opinion counts. That's the insensitive generation that I'm talking about. So we have adults that are insensitive. We have adults that have turned a deaf ear against each other. We have adults that have not seen your problems, they only see theirs. We have adults that have not noticed your occasion, but only noticed theirs. And they will turn around and invite you like nothing happened, because they turn around and think you're stupid. And they look at you like you're innocent. You don't get it. You don't get what is going on. You don't see. You don't know what is happening. The insensitive generation. We have so much of insensitive generation that people have turned to be by themselves. People have decided to just be alone. People have decided to not mix because of the insensitive generation. I had something going on in my life. You knew that I was going through a phase of life, but you were not there. You did not care. But now you're going through a phase that is not even as serious as mine was. You want me to jump up the fence because you were born by stomach and I was born from the back? That is the insensitive generation that I'm talking about. The insensitive generation never notices other people's problems, but only their own problems. The insensitive generation will eat in front of you and not care whether you have eaten or not. The insensitive generation will say their money is theirs and your money is theirs. The insensitive generation will accept their daughters to come with somebody's husband to their house and not thinking that their daughters could suffer the same sin that is being done behind my back is going to happen to my daughter. The insensitive generation will never do that math. The insensitive generation is the one that's going to think about their daughters and not the other daughter. The other person's daughter doesn't care. What matters is my daughter needs to get a husband. So I will allow the husband of so-and-so to come because my daughter needs somebody at the end of the day. But the other one is not a person to keep a husband. The other one is not a person to keep a wife. So I don't care. As long as the wife of so-and-so is my son's wife, I don't care. The other one can hit the floor. That is the insensitive generation. You don't care. You only care about yourself and your surrounding. Me, myself, and I. God for us all. The insensitive generation will want your coin, your last dime, as I save mine. And I will not fund for any occasion that I have. I will wait to invite you and not get my 10,000 in the account to fund what is on my table, because I want you to come and give and fund my occasion. That is the insensitive generation. Me attitude. We need to worry about this insensitive generation. We need to worry about how insensitive we can be that is hurting other people. How insensitive we have been that we have driven people away because we have noticed others' problems, others' occasions, and we have forgotten some because others are not as important. As the churches, we remember so-and-so occasion because their tithe was good last Sunday, but you did not give a tithe, so you don't count. But because I give my tithe every Sunday, I'm giving $500 every month, and so is only giving $2, so I count more than the other person. I'll be celebrated when the other person is not being celebrated. The insensitive generation is also in the church as well. This insensitive generation need to be killed, and the only way to kill it is by the word of prayer. But we are still praying. We are going to heaven. Even being insensitive, we are still going to heaven. We have become so insensitive that we don't care, that we don't see others suffering, that we don't count others as people. We only know certain people as people. That we know that you as the born again person, you'll be invited for this one. No holera iruga rio iguru. Na we muhonoku na ni urathi iguru. Ohorera riria rio iguru nigetha rio rihagacire. Insensitive generation that is not even thinking about the consequences. How does God see me at the end of the day? Because you can hide from me, but you cannot hide from God. I can hide from you, but I cannot hide from God. What God sees, what's the motives, what's the matter of my heart? Why did I do that? What were the motives? That is the insensitive generation. People are divided. People have quit places because of the insensitive generation. You had something going on, but you did not even see a person coming to cry with you. You had something going on. You had a baby shower. You did not see even a friend come to support you. You had a marriage, but you did not even see people. The insensitive generation is the same generation that when you have something going on, a WhatsApp group is created and you call yourself educated and you don't have the courtesy to reply. That is the insensitive generation. You notice somebody said something. There's a group of something that's been created. And you notice there's a question or something that needs to be addressed, but you ignore. The insensitive generation is the one that will write you on Facebook Messenger and tell you, Njoki, thank you very much, congratulations for your topic was good, but will never come on timeline to commend you for the good job you have done. That is the insensitive generation, because they don't want to, they are still kissing somewhere. They're kissing somewhere, somebody else, this and that, and they don't want to be noticed commending you, because when they are behind your back, they are gossiping about you. When somebody else is saying negative things about you, they are among those that are talking negative about you. Those are the insensitive generation that only can commend you in private but not in public, because they don't want to be noticed. Because what they were saying about you yesterday, they were among them, and they don't want to be noticed. The insensitive generation is when you know you can subscribe to my channel and you don't want to subscribe because you're going to make me famous and I'm going to start making money, and you're feeling so bad about that and you don't want to subscribe because you don't want to make Njoki a rich person. With or without you, the blessings are coming. That is the insensitive generation. We are going to heaven. At the end of the day, we are going to heaven. We are born again. And I fear God. The insensitive generation is those people that lie at the end of the day and call drinking and smoking and those taking drugs a sin, and they lie and they are still going to heaven, and that is not a sin. That is the insensitive generation I'm talking about. And I'm concluding saying that we all need to repent. We all need to be sensitive about what others are going through. And with that said, I want to say thank you to those that logged in. Hey, babe, thank you very much. Those that logged in tonight, Mr. Lixoshodo, I don't see the people on this side. I don't know what happened. I want to say thank you very much for those that will watch this video. Like my page, subscribe, and comment if you can. Always comment. And I want to say I love you so much. God bless you. If you could not understand what I was saying, because probably I was speaking in Nyarian more than I could speak in English, I'm so sorry, because I have no apologies to make, but I'm sorry. Thank you and God bless you. And thank you, Mr. Rix Oshuodo, for always being up on the game, making this Mutabo go live in dialect. The lights behind me, it is by my husband, celebrating my husband, my birthday month. So he made all these greeters, and all this greetering is made by my husband. And I want to say thank you, love. I love you, and God bless you. All right. Till then, next Saturday, we got a hot topic again. Come next Saturday. Thank you. God bless.